Hello and welcome back to Free Dad Raid Shadow Legends free to play for 2024, day 12. This is actually the second time trying to record this video. It looked like there was an error the first time. And unfortunately it was when we summoned. So we did one ancient, one void, and one sacred. So thankfully we have these little bubbles over here. So for our let's see. We got a Spy Master from our Ancient. Tax one enemy decreases the duration of two random buffs. Tax all enemy can place a block buffs and then can counterattack. Place a counterattack buff for 2 turns and then also poses a provoke on 2 random champions. So it is a decent rare, probably for faction wars. Um, for our Sacred, we got Phoenix, who has one of the strongest hitting A1s that brings a block revive, going to be really good for the Ice Golem to hit those side ants and block revive on them. So we can take that down faster. And then we have a block buffs on all enemies, and then we do a decrease defense and decrease speed on one champion. It would be really nice if that was an AoE. And then for our Void champion, we were able to get Retainer, attacks one enemy, decrease defense, heals this champion and places a counter attack on them, and then attacks one enemy, decreases the target's turn meter by 50%, and also places a sleep if it's fully depleted. So they would heal themselves, put a counterattack, and then they're putting decreased defense, hopefully, on everybody when they do counterattack. Nothing too impressive for us. I was really hoping for someone that is going to push us further on into the game because when we look at it, we got to the second tier done. That's how we got our sacred. So now we're on to this next tier. So when you look ahead, you want to look to see if there's anything that's going to jump out that you can't do in the future. So you can start prepping for it now versus going and then being like, oh no, I actually can't do this. So I have to spend a bunch of time trying to build these teams, trying to focus on that content right then versus, hey, I know we already have these checked off. This one that I'm stuck on is just going to be a silver block, so I'm just going to have to get more silver and keep upgrading artifacts. These other ones are going to be time sensitive whenever the potion keeps. These dungeons are not going to be anything that's going to be too much of a trouble. The get rank 6 champions will take the longest out of all of these. Not only is there this one, but then there's another one that is get 3 of them, and another one that is get 4 of them. So essentially, I need to upgrade 6 more champions to rank 6. So I was really hoping some of those summons were going to be somebody that would help because there was some arena stuff on here I think will also be. So this arena stuff is during the arena only, or during that mission only. So even though I beat 75 champions in there, it doesn't autofill like it. So that could cause an issue when it comes to, hey, we need to get these medals, we need to get this clan boss stuff. It's not going to be an issue for us. Um, so when we look at those, we go, okay, I need 100 silver, 100 gold. I need to make sure like my arena team is going better, it's going faster, it's being more efficient. So when I look at these champions, I'm going, okay, I have all these dungeons that I have to complete, and I can level or stage 13. This is going to come with the same teams that I currently have, I'm pretty sure, but it's just going to be better gear. So I need to make sure that those champions can both do those stages for these 4 champions, and they can also do the arena effectively. Outside of that, the last one that I did see is a very last mission, which is this room relic keeper, uh, which will be over here in the fragments. Oops, sorry, fusions. Relic keeper. I have all of the blues already, so I don't need to worry about actually farming those specific areas. I just have to worry about getting them up to 4-star and then getting them ascended. I don't think that'll be an issue because I'll be jumping in those missions for those. So that'll be more of like a back burner that I know, hey, when I don't have enough food to farm up, I can just throw those in and get those leveled up kind of the same time that I do the other stuff. We did have our tournament that we were keeping an eye on when it came to the Classic Takedown Tournament. Last time we had looked on here before the previous recording, we were at 500 and something, and it was this person that was floating back and forth with us. Uh, we have been spending the last recording doing arena battles mixed in with some Doom Tower because we are level 40 now, so we have the instant artifact upgrade, and we're also able to do Doom Tower. So we've been trying to work through those first 10 floors on Doom Towers while going back and refreshing the arena. So we're actually up to 730. This is at 622, which he or she has been at since the time of the last recording, with 7 hours and 30 minutes to go. I'm really hoping that today, whatever we do, is at least able to get these two. Because when we have been going through the Doom Tower, we've really noticed that our Conan the Blue, this champion right here, has been very, very impactful on these freezes on his A1, freezes on the A2. He's keeping us moving faster. He's keeping himself moving faster. I wish I could ascend him, but I just don't have the pots right now to get some more stats on him. When it comes to our upgrading skills, I wish I could just throw all these in to get the chance better, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait for CVC to put these six in because we're missing four. So if we can really get four, and that'd be great. We're missing four there, but we're also missing two here. Um, and then the rest of those epic books will go into Corn on the Blue because I think he's going to bring a lot more value versus Jamarsa, because I do have a feeling she will get replaced with Seal of the Drakes when we do get that 120 days or 180 days, if I believe, for those logins. So I'm going to take off where the last one ended with the arena. This has been my strategy for the arena, and it's been working pretty good so far. We've been able to bust about 200. It does waste tokens, which I don't like, but this is where we're at. So we're floating in between silver 4 and gold 1, and it's going to be a quick way to kind of get a refresh. So we're looking and we're seeing, hey, who can we beat? We've beat this person multiple times. So we know we can beat them. They're probably seeing their attack going, hey, what the heck? Why is Free Dad attacking me? We're jumping into gold 1. We're getting our medals. We're looking to see, hey, is that one man defense that we've been finding in gold 1? No, it's not. So we just take our first one. We basically don't care what they look like. We're going to lose, hopefully. Um, Sometimes we win, which is rare, and maybe we're going to win here. They did get unkillable on that. So yeah, it does look like we're going to win, which is fine because we're getting more battles. We should just, next one on there, they have 178 player power to our 47-ish, I think. So we're going to lose. It bumps us down into silver 4, which instead of waiting 15 minutes, we got an instant page right away. Most of the time that we've been doing this, there's been one team that we've been able to easily beat and just get bumped back into there. This time, I think it's going to be this one. I think our gear is probably going to be a little bit better. They do have kind of the same champions that we have, but we should be able to beat them, and it should be right here. Yep. And so now we just jump back up into here. We get that one man team that we've been periodically finding. We're going to battle them, get a little quick win. Hopefully, we don't get these too high where we don't have to waste too many to go back down. And then we're just going to play that first one again. It's just kind of been going back and forth like this. If there's ever ones that we can't be in silver, we just go right back into Doom Tower and go through those stages. So now we're back up. Doesn't look like any easy wins. So let's just go ahead and take our loss from this one. I know we could just auto quit, so we automatically jump down, but crazier things have happened, such as you saw we beat that one team that I did not think we were going to beat. And now we're back down. Looks like this team we have beat before, I'm pretty sure. So let's just go ahead and take them out again. And there is some RNG aspect of it. So maybe you beat them one time, but you might not beat them another time. So pay attention to your fights. Like I know that one was an easy one for us. We might be able to beat this guy. And it looks like we're on tokens right now. So now we're just going to wait for the token refresh. I don't think there is another way that we're going to be able to easily get our tokens. So there's none here. We don't have any in these. We've already been logged in because we were recording the video. That's also going to be a bonus for this tournament. We hope he is also, or they are also free to play, and they're not going to be able to push. They're going to look at that and they're going to go, oh crap, 160? That's a lot of points. I'm going to just wait, hang out. I'm happy with my second place, keep an eye on it, and then push if they need to. But from there, I don't feel like there's another way to get any more battles in without spending gems. And I do not think we want to spend gems. I'll obviously keep an eye on it just in case. But I'm not going to be waking up early for it. It's almost 10 o'clock here where I live. We're supposed to be getting 5 to 11 inches, I think, is a wild radar that I've seen. So I will not be waking up early for it. So let's just go ahead and pop back into our Doom Tower and kind of give you my thought process when it comes to these first waves. Obviously, want to take it off auto, so that was a mistake from me. So I open up with my bigger nuke from Kel with my Sun Wukong. I look to see if there's anybody squishy that's strong affinity that I feel like we can take out without sheeping. This time it worked out. My Jamarsa, I'll try to sleep anybody that doesn't have a poison on them, but it looks like everybody does have a poison. We still got to sleep, but they'll be woken up. And then this quarter on the blue, he just freezes everybody and he gets an extra turn. So when it comes to that tournament that we were just looking at, if I can get that gear, a 6-star one, I automatically know most likely those 4 pieces, unless they are just absolute trash, but those 4 or the 3 top pieces are going to go on him and make his gear just so much better than it already is right now. Um, and hopefully, like one of the bottom ones are going to be a good replacement, and we're going to be able to quickly do Doom Tower and be able to sustain it. He's going to be able to move faster. These two are a little tricky, so I want to keep an eye out. So when they put bombs up, and then when they die, they put bombs up. So I think I want to bring him back. And now I need to kill them both as fast as possible. I do not want to use that. And it should be able to kill them both. No bombs. Perfect. And this wave should be fairly easy if I do the same. Don't need to worry about any healing yet. I think she will get another turn. See if we can get a stun. No stun. Let's boost her so she can try to time it. We'll see if we can get any freezes on. 2 freezes. So now we're just going to essentially target the ones that don't have it on. Michael got the turn before, so he is going to turn into the target, which I did not want to happen. That is our main damage dealer right there. Let's go ahead and nuke again. All of them have poison on, so if we did get to sleep, it wouldn't really do anything. You should die from poison, so let's see if we can get a freeze. We got the freeze, so now it's just kill everybody else. So that is a general layout. I'll go ahead and pause the video here, and then I will jump back in if we do get to the boss. So we made it to the boss. I'm not gonna say it was easy because it definitely was not. The blue guy made it a lot easier than it could have been. Floor 9 was actually a little bit difficult for us. We had to rely on some of those revives and some very, very timely freezes. Thankfully, I was able to do every single floor the first time through. So we just made it through the boss. So if you're interested in what's kind of going on with the boss, you can look at the boss's guide. So the big thing that this guy does is damage. Let's see, where's it at? He's immune to all of these buffs. Instantly removes any HP burns, so we're not going to be able to bring any HP burn champions in because it puts a increased heal on them. We'll ignore any block damage, so our Demitta, shield and incurable buffs, and we'll ignore 100% of defense when attacking enemies under hex buffs. And it instantly places a hex buff for 4 turns on an enemy whenever they remove a hex buff from themselves or an ally. So you're constantly going to have a hex on you. Okay. A places a block buff, so maybe it's a good idea to have a cleanse champion. Attacks all enemies, will target enemies under hex debuffs, attacks one enemies, turn meter 50%. The important part here, so he's immune to all of these, but he is not immune to provoke. I do not think I have a champion on my entire roster that can provide provoke. I do, Gnarlhorn. So I think we might have to build up Gnarlhorn for this one. Just in case, let's go ahead. How do we reset this? Let's reset. Let's hide. Let's put in our team that we've been kind of running with. We do have waves, so let's go ahead and keep this for the waves. And we're just going to give it a go. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to go back, and I think we'll replace probably some Mukon since he's the bad affinity with the Gnarlhorn. Get Gnarlhorn all booked out, and then we're able to basically cheese the boss. So we'll put him in some regeneration gear, make sure he's getting healed, and then we can basically cheese the boss to constantly try to put up those provokes, boost the turn meter of our provoke champion, and hopefully it's going to work. Let's see, we almost got everybody, so you have more turn meter, freeze. Great, so let's see if we can do some damage. Awesome, so this one should be a good A1 cycle for us. Get another freeze, perfect. So we should be able to have all of our skills available for the dragon. Got that one. We don't want that extra. We need Kel to take one more. Oh, it's already reset. Perfect. So let's see what we can do. So let's add a bunch of poisons. He's got to go. He's got to hit hard, and he's going to ignore block buffs when we have a hex. So I think the key is to not let him get a hex. So can we boost our Demitha enough? Probably not. I think we might just have to leave that as is. Put our increased speed up. So you're going to ignore the damage, block buff, or block damage on this hex. I wonder if he puts a hex up every single time that he goes. That would be interesting. Let's boost. Really don't need to because you have the block damage. You're probably going to die. You're really not doing too much besides the increase. So let's save this. Big hit. Let's try to cleanse those, give us back to full strength. Probably not yet. Try to get those poisons out. Only got one. A little bit bad RNG. No hex out, so that's good. So let's get back. The way this is looking, it's looking pretty good so far. Big hit. We have our hex over here on our monkey. There's no way to cleanse the hex. We won't use a revive. Let's just boost up Kale. Block buffs really doesn't matter. The block buffs will be in handy if we do end up getting a poison champion because we can block the buff because it'll turn it into a let's just do this to keep us off. We'll turn it into a continuous heal, but we'd somehow have to get that tick to go off. Perfect. Got done with the first one, got some much needed energy, and then some of these that we can do for the fragment. So last thing to look at for Doom Tower is going to be these secret rooms over here. So secret rooms have conditions. So this condition is to beat it with rare champions only, which is great for us because that is the majority of our roster. So let's see if we have anything hidden in the vault that'll be beneficial. I think we'll go here. They're going to have different unique stuff with them, and then you'll see kind of why they're going to be more important. This one shouldn't be too hard for us. I'm pretty sure Kale could come close to soloing it with better gear. but not quite yet. I think with two kills, that would be really good. I still haven't decided if I want to do anything with him. He's a good poisoner, but I don't know if we need two really good poisoners right now. We probably have to build him lifesteal so he can take a hit. Thought about maybe putting him in more of a sustain type to solo content. So really sustain lifesteal that relies basically on poisons, um, or just like a sustain regeneration that would rely on poisons. But we're opt to get a better champion by the time that we're able to get that kind of life or regeneration gear. So he is most likely just going to be for the faction war, which will still be good to have him in there. It's just not as important as focusing on other people. So we're still going to try to figure out which one they go for level 60 first, whether that is our Jamarsa, whether that might be the blue guy. He's been really impactful for us. It could be Demitha. It could be anybody else that we pull coming up here. It should take us a while to get to enough food for another 6 star, and then we have more missions to do more 6 stars. So we're going to have three of them that we get to pick between. As we wrap this up, I'm going to show you why these secret rooms are important. So the secret rooms are important because you can only get these champions from Doom Tower. Archmaid Helmet is really good. This champion is a burner, which is really good. She's a really good reviver and a strip buffs champion for the arena. And then he is going to be a really good solo content. He's a different version of Kel that provides poison explosion, some decreased attack. He's great in the clan boss. He's a long ways away because there's only one room every 15 or every 10 technically now floors until you get to it, and you only get 3 fragments from there. So it will take us a couple months because it does reset every month. We can try to burst out as many in this week in 6 days that we have left from there. So let's go ahead and check on our arena. So we still have 9 minutes before this thing can even refresh. Um, and we're still waiting on our medals anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much for us as of right now. Let's check on the tournament to see if they did move up. Looks like they are not moving right now, so that's a good sign. So in tomorrow's video, we'll be able to see how we did on the overall board. Looks like we're kind of sitting there in 5th place for this, so maybe a chance to get some more. I don't think there's any way possible for us to kind of move up here to get a little bit better, but 2 pieces of these with some multi-battles, it'd be nice to get the rare skill tones as well. But we're not going to have enough shards, we're not going to have enough mystery shards, and that also ends here pretty briefly. Unless somebody kind of bursts some shards, kind of like we did just at the end to get ahead, we might be getting 2 more. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you everybody for watching. I apologize about the technical difficulties at the first part. If you have any other comments that you would like to share outside of the technical difficulties, please comment, share. If you have suggestions on the 6 star, please comment, share what you would want to do if this was your account. If you like this content, please like it so you know I'm doing a good job, and we will see you next time.